Something kind of interesting came across recently. One of the vlogs I frequent, I don't even want to get into which one it is, was talking about losing a war in Vietnam that could have been won, and how you snatch defeat from the jaws of victory, and that sort of thing. And basically, the way they were talking, there's a formula for beating the United States in a war. You have to simply wait 12 years. That's the formula. You poke and prod. Well, you know, the U.S. invades, and you hit them a little bit at a time, and try to keep them just annoyed, but not so much that the U.S. just comes in and completely pounces on you. You try not to have a centralized area that can be just have the snot bombed out of it. You disperse your forces. You lay low enough that there's no centralized place that can be attacked by the American soldier. You win the hearts and minds of the locals, and you wait 12 years. That seems to be the magic number. 12 years. In Vietnam, it was more than 12 years. In Iraq, really, it was closer to the last 8 years. That's when the real hostilities ended, and you had these lesser attacks where it's more of a poke and prod attack, where you choose specific places to attack, and then you fade away, attack and fade away. And you just keep the American military interested in you, but don't give them a target to full-on attack. Now, yeah, I got thunder going on outside. Now, this has worked in Iraq, and it's about to work again in Afghanistan, where you just play the waiting game, and you simply wait longer than the American people are willing to put up with. And look what happened in Iraq. So what happened was the Americans we pulled out of Iraq for the most part, and northern Iraq, which is the Kurds and a lot of Sunni folks live up there. There's a lot of Shia up there as well. ISIS, or whatever we're calling them this week, rolls in and just takes over this area. They're well-trained soldiers. They've been fighting in Syria. They came into Iraq, and now they're making a caliphate, which is what a caliphate is, to my knowledge, is a area that is to be governed and controlled under Sharia law by Muslims only. And there is evidence, I'm reading all over the place, where anyone who doesn't agree with them is either being killed or thrown out of the country, or thrown out of this caliphate area in Iraq. Run out, actually, at gunpoint. And that's really a bad thing. I mean, there's Christian towns that have been there for centuries, a millennia, and they're just being razed. Really a sad thing to see that. And the thing is, so few people here in the United States understand what's going on over there. They don't understand that it's genocide going on at a mass scale, and yet nobody wants to hear it. Nobody seems to care. I don't know if the expectations are just that low or what's going on. Yeah, I got rain hitting my garage door. It is hard. It's so hard. The mistakes that have been made fighting in Iraq, the mistakes that are being made in fighting in Afghanistan. Why did we get in the first place? Why does no one understand that there's a Sunni versus Shia thing going on that does exist, that is a real thing. It's not the only thing going on. It's not the only motivation. There's more. There's a lot of people all over the world who still hate Jews. I don't understand that myself. I don't think I hate anybody based on who they are. I hate some people based on what they've done to me, but I don't hate anyone who's... I don't get it. I don't understand that kind of thing. Anyway, that's a whole nother vlog. The Middle East is falling apart, catching on fire, and that fire is going to spread. And now something new has been added: Ebola. The Hajj requires that every Muslim attempt to make a trip to Mecca at least once during their life, and the Hajj is now gathering people from all over the world in one spot, very crowded spot, very overcrowded spot for the time while it's underway. And the fear is that some folks with Ebola might show up and spread the disease, because you can carry the Ebola virus and not know it. You might feel under the weather, but you won't feel deathly ill in some cases until it really just takes a hold of you, and it can kill people in 3 days. Who, even when they get proper treatment, very strong people can be taken down with this new strain of Ebola, and there's no way to cure it. And they're worried that this may set off an epidemic, because once people are done with the Hajj, the travel to Mecca, they go back to their home, which is all over the world. And outside of the U.S. and Europe, let's just say the checks for people and the possible diseases they're carrying isn't nearly as strong. And remember, the TSA is not checking for diseases. Okay, so they're just checking for weapons and the tools used to bring down an airplane. They don't care much about how you're feeling, I don't think. The last I heard, the CDC does not run an airplane check. Anyway, on that light note, I think I will call it quits and just throw this video up. It sounds like the electricity might go out. I'm going to lose my light here in any moment. Fortunately, I have a water-resistant case for my phone. I'm going to head back out and take a look at the rain.